Warning, warning. Two idiots are reading the SCP files over the intercoms. Please cover your ears and await further instructions.
Why, hello, Darnell J. I'm just agog to see you back in the podcast studio.
Why, I do declare, Tanhoney S. Oh my god. Like Mark S. Tanhoney S.
Your audio is just so sad to have missed the previous episode.
Yeah, that's what happens. We're actually, so not a lot of people know this, but we are severed. So whenever we record, we become different. We only know the podcast.
I was actually,
oh my god.
I am the innie, but I actually, because my consciousness is so powerful, I started taking over my Elsie.
Oh, interesting.
I'm like a virus in the network. I'm like Agent Smith.
I love the idea of like something as awful as severing for like a fucking podcast.
With the podcast department.
They need to be newborn babes in the world so that they can have earnest reactions to every piece of media.
They walk into this room, I'm recording, like, it's not ready, you can't listen to it yet.
I need to see the next episode. Tanony's making me wait till we finish recording.
Because we need to grind for the sake of Kia.
Yeah, that's true. God bless his soul.
Are you going to sing the hymn?
Yeah.
Oh,
what would you say?
Kia the brilliant. Kia the bold.
Kieran Farr.
Okay.
Everywhere I go.
But before we begin, any interesting things happening in your life recently?
Yeah, but they're all sad, so we're not going to talk about them.
They're all
actually, no, there's one good thing. Well, there's one good thing. I got, a new job. And it's a job that will allow me, I'm just waiting on a background check to finish, and then once I have the official offer letter and can figure that out with my current job, all I have to do is start figuring out the logistics, and I can move to the West Coast. And new life ahead. It's exciting.
You got any plan? What are you going to do on the West Coast? What are you going to? Where specifically do you think you're going to be?
So for me, I've always loved the ocean, and that's part of why I wanted to go there. But also just like I feel like I just feel like I'm gonna fit in better on the West Coast than in like the middle of Missouri. Just trust me on that.
Is that like your Japan? It's like no one here is on my West Coast knowledge. I need to go.
No, God, no. No, but just like
socially.
being like neurodiverse, terminally online, queer person is going to be, I think, easier for me on the West Coast than it's going to be in like Missouri, which is a very staunchly conservative state.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's all. I don't think it's going to magically be perfect. I think it'll be hard and scary, but I think it'll be fun. And I know people down there, so it'll be a good time.
Yeah. In my life, not really a big life. I watched the entire Venom trilogy, so I'm here to give my review. They weren't great, to be honest. I didn't think they were very good.
I haven't seen the third one yet, I don't think.
You don't need to, probably.
What happens in it again?
So, how do I describe this fucking plot?
Don't spoil it. It's not okay. It's not the one where they fight Carnage, so I haven't seen it.
No, they don't fight Carnage. So there's a lot of bullshit that goes on in this fucking movie. But
I've heard it's fun.
Yes,
yeah.
You know Venom Horse. Surely you know Venom Horse.
No, I don't.
Venom takes over a horse in it and becomes Venom Horse.
That rules.
Yeah, it's great.
And I think I have to see Venom 3.
There's also Venom Fish in the movie, and the credits, because they knew they had a winner with those two scenes, is just a collection, over the credits, a collection of various Venom animals. There's Venom Tortoise.
So it's just Venom Odyssey, basically.
Yes.
That's awesome.
In that sense, that was not a huge part of the plot, but every time a Venom animal appeared, I did sit up and lock in.
Honestly, might have to watch Venom 3 now.
That was not my intent. I didn't mean to do that to you, but the chips fall where they may. And
I heard it was a fun movie, not a good movie.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you.
Yeah.
It was very strange, very odd. I have a suspicion that there was severe rewrites in post-production where they added a new villain. And the reason I suspect this is because that villain only appears in CGI scenes with no other actors present, and he's only mentioned by symbiotes, who are, of course, CG characters. So I suspect he was not in the original movie.
Interesting.
And the main villain does look like a World of Warcraft cinematic whenever he appears.
Oh my god. You know what I remember thinking was remarkably mid is the Warcraft movie? I don't know if you ever saw that.
I saw trailers and stuff for it. It did look remarkably mid even from the...
I loved World of Warcraft growing up. I loved the lore, and I remember watching it, and I wasn't even like it's bad. I was just like kind of bored. It was just like just enough to be mid.
It's sad because when they do that, you're not getting a Warcraft 2, right? You have to make the interesting movie now. You can't build up to it and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you make it like hilariously bad, at least enough people watch it that it gets like
you might get Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah. Well, Venom 1 was alright.
It was not. It was shit. But okay.
No!
I thought it was shit.
Eddie! You hate Venom. Yet you watched all three. Curious.
When we don't all show up for session, Jack makes us watch a Sony Cinematic Universe movie.
Do you know what's...
We have actually now watched the entire Sony Cinematic Universe. So any questions you have about that franchise, you can ask me and I can answer them.
The what franchise?
The Sony Cinematic the Sony Spider-Man Cinematic Universe without Spider-Man in it.
Interesting. I do want to watch that at some point. I have a question for you though.
Madam Web, I would probably recommend watching because it's bizarre.
Have you ever watched the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
I've not, but I've actually heard good things about that.
It's really good. Basically, people didn't go see it, so it's not ever get a sequel, but it's actually charming. I'll watch it with you sometime. Not today, because we're watching more Severance.
Okay.
But it's unironically fun. Because the way they run it, not to sound like a millennial about it, but they kind of frame it so it feels like it's a tabletop. You can literally tell who the DM PC is. It's very funny. Or how the characters keep changing what the item does because they keep misremembering it. Very good time. It's also just fun. Okay. And not too long, if I remember correctly. Anyway, not important. What's our article today?
So, it's not an article, because I'm not running that cry into the SCP Wiki quite yet.
Yeah.
We're back on No Sleep.
I actually just got roasted for that. I was in ASRP, and Good Day was roasting me. He's like, it's funny you guys split to Discovering TD, but the last 15 episodes have been about SCP. And I was like, yeah, well...
Good Day's listening to this right now, presumably.
No, nobody listens to this anymore, Tan.
Well, how does he know what we've been doing if he doesn't listen?
That's a good point. That's a good question.
I'm sorry to say this, Good Day, but cleave, dismantle.
Oh, fuck.
Let's start peeling the fish! But yes,
fish.
No Sleep, and we're here for the I'm assuming this will be made into a movie before long, with the chilling title, I Delivered Sodas to a Strange Walmart Neighborhood Market.
Nice.
Presumably, the title could not include In Another World at the end.
Oh my god, this is a long one.
Yeah, this is basically...
Jesus
fuck. So there's no one knows who wrote this one, so it's lost media.
It was deleted. Is it actually? Because I do see the users deleted. Was it
That's what I mean. No, it wasn't me.
Well, I mean, how do I know it's not you?
I wouldn't write about Walmart.
Really?
Because I've never seen him. I've been seeing Walmart once in my life when I went on vacation to Disneyland, and we went to Walmart for some soda.
I can't wait for you to see a Walmart and understand what it is. Because the funny thing about Walmart is
Asda.
Every town.
Yeah, it's Asda.
In effect, to make Walmart the superpower it is in retail, there's one in every city, even the smallest towns. But you go there, and it's far too large for what it needs to be because it has everything. So it's like entering another world, kind of the Walmart world, if you will.
Right.
It's too big to fail one night.
The Walmart crash.
All right, let's read this, shall we?
I delivered sodas to a strange Walmart neighborhood market. What is a Walmart neighborhood market? Is that just a Walmart?
I don't know. I've only ever heard it called Walmart. I've never heard the term Walmart neighborhood market.
Okay. I hated the new job. Honestly, I fucking hated it. I just wanted to be a writer, man.
Oh, wait, this is you.
No, I didn't write this. It's throughout college on my early Throughout college on my early to mid 20s, I put fun on the back burner while I slaved away at the keyboard.
Well, it's just like you.
That's not me. I did not put fun on the back burner. I was playing video games.
So many video games.
Fun
was on the front burner.
I wrote everything from screenplays to novels. What's in between those? There's two things. Okay.
Journal articles.
Always
journal
horror.
Articles.
Always. I'd even made some money off it. More money than probably the vast majority of aspiring writers ever will. Ew. But in the end, I was still a semi-pro. aka I couldn't make a full-time living scaring people with my prose. Not yet, at least. You see, Patrick Ravoc wasn't a household name. And I guess at 27, I shouldn't expect to be Stephen King or Brad Haskell.
Wait, Stephen King, that's your hero.
No.
You love him.
He's not my hero. I respect him as a writer.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck
He's
Brad
your favorite
Haskell.
guy.
I don't know who Brad Haskell is, so I couldn't have written this.
But you always told me if you had an American name, it would be Patrick Revick.
I never said no, I didn't.
I remember this clearly.
An American name? Are these that different?
Yeah.
It's like Puritan. It's like, oh yeah, my name would be Charity.
Fucking Cradle. Continue, please.
Especially in today's world, where even the best of us semi-pros and quite a few of the professional writers need day jobs to pay the bills. I wrote The Shining, put the fries in the bag.
Just put the fries in the bag, Stephen King.
I guess I should consider my passion a perfect part-time gig. The money I got off my stories and scripts was always a nice bonus. But now that my girlfriend, Nicole, and I were getting serious.
Nicole.
No, this is Nicole. Well, I figured it was time for me to get that day job after all. It was time for me to put the fries in the bag.
No.
Even one that was fucking miserable. One of Nicole's friends helped me get this job out of bottling plants.
Stop calling her that. It's not her name, it's Nicole.
I basically had to drive around to a few superstores and grocery stores and put all the Pepsi products up on display.
That doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, not that bad. The recruiters tried to pitch it as being a serious job full of promotion potential, but I just saw it for what it was. A fucking stalker. Sure, this wasn't easy. Not at all. What do you mean it wasn't easy? You're putting bottles on the shelf.
Just put the bottles on the shelf.
Exactly, it's not that bad.
What,
do you not know how to drive?
Yeah. Just put my fucking Pepsi on the shelf.
Not at all. But there were plenty of hours and the pay would be... What he hasn't revealed is that he has 2 hot hands.
Oh.
So it's very difficult for him.
Oh.
We're going to feel like shit when he reveals that. At the end, that's the big twist.
He reveals what?
It reveals that we're being ableist.
Oh.
Because he has hook hands.
Maybe.
That's the true horror.
I've got 2 left hooks.
It's not enough that he's got hook hands to the wrong sides.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Can't even grab it right, really.
In a selfish way, for once I wouldn't have to worry about having stories sell or doing odd gigs for money. I'd have consistent cash for the show and I. What's wrong?
What?
No. In a selfish way, I welcomed what I knew would be a very challenging and physical job. What is challenging about it? I don't understand.
Okay, listen.
He's putting bottles on the shelf.
Listen, to be fair, it's not like you have a little cart and it's 1 bottle at a time. You're hauling probably pallets of heavy soda and then putting it up. So
He's talking about it's like it's rocket science, though.
It is.
It's not rocket science.
You wouldn't get it. Do you stock Pepsi?
No, Coke.
Oh.
Coca-Cola.
Oh. You're one of those guys. Yeah, I love the idea that, like, Pepsi hardworking man, like, carrying the pallets up, and then you see the Coke guy, and he has, like, a Coke robot doing it for him.
Oh, you didn't get... shaking his head.
You didn't get a mini-me assistant. It sucks to be a Pepsi boy.
Remember the Coca-Cola coup of 1957?
What were they?
It was when they went berserk and killed all the Pepsi employees.
Shut up! That's why the departments are separated.
In a selfish way, I welcome what I knew would be a very challenging and physical job. As a night owl, I'd even have to transition to working from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. But after hearing people, namely Nicole's neighbours, complain that all I did was write and not make steady income, I considered the job a defiant fuck you to their bitchiness. This guy, they're living in his head rent-free, and he's living in her house rent-free.
Yeah, facts. I never understood, like, these mean-ass MCs. Like, I can't relate to that at all. Be nicer.
I'm quite nice and morally upstanding as an individual. And, like, in
Yeah,
presence. As a presence on this earth, I think I'm a positive.
Well, I have flaws, but, like, I'm not going to sympathize with the guy who's mean to his girlfriend.
I don't.
Yeah.
Name one of my flaws. You can't.
needy,
Ad hominem.
ad hominem, not good
Appeal
at
to
following
emotion.
through, failure to close,
Slander.
over reliance
So
on tropes.
you've named a lot of things there, but what I think the real issue is not with me but you, and that's unrealistic expectations.
That's true. That's fair.
So hate not me for disappointing you, but hate you for being disappointed.
You know what? I think that's scripture. Actually, I've heard
is.
that before. Thank
Should
you.
I introduce like the Tanony Bible to the Discord server?
Is that from the handbook?
Should we make the Tanony handbook? The handbook.
I need Tanony Towers to become the Severance offer. You are your memories are separated based on when you're in Tanony Towers and when you're out of Tanony Towers.
Imagine that you only exist while you're listening to Discovering TD or hellish existence.
Oh my god! I'm just saying, I would be like Heliar in episode 4. You know what I mean?
No, you'd be like Irving.
I'd be like Irving. No, I would not. The
Why, 'cause
words
he's
of
gay?
Tanhoney? No, because he worships the
Is it that
business
bad?
owner.
Wow.
No, Tan,
Sorry.
I'm bi. You can't use that against
sorry. I just did, but you're right.
me.
I am without flaw, but in this case, that purity led me to be insensitive.
Yeah, it wasn't sensitive. Can you? I'm reporting you to HR.
I am HR.
Oh,
And that stands for
yeah.
Haunted Reality.
Haunted resources.
Yeah.
It's only people with troubled pasts who work there.
It's like, I want to make a complaint about my co-worker. There's no
They seem
shortage of
normal.
complaints in this world. Don't take it to me. He points right up at the sky. The big man's the one you want to talk to.
Facts.
Okay, there is a story. He hasn't even gotten to the strange Walmart neighborhood market yet.
Yeah, come on, get to it.
Come on, reader boy. I'd still have 3 or 4 days off where I could focus on the writing. I could still pursue my dream of being a full-time pro. Yeah, let's put the fries in the bag. Plus, I think this tedious sales support gig might influence my stories, particularly the characters. So far, at least, everyone here seemed nice. All of the blue-collar working-class types. Oh my god. I was one of the few employees with a college degree, much less the only creative of the bunch, but I was intrigued by the dynamic. After all the time spent around fellow writers in academia, just joining common Americans gave me fresh insight into the country's heartland.
Oh, I misheard you earlier. He wasn't being mean to his girlfriend. He was being mean to his girlfriend's neighbors, and not even that mean.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
How do you feel
The
about
main
this?
character.
The common Americans.
What about them?
He seems very condescending.
It is kind of interesting. He's like, I'm a writer, unlike these commoners around me, but I guess
after all the
Because
time
we-
spent around writers and academics.
it's like, all right, dude. First of all, you were unemployed.
You're
Let's
also
chill
working
out.
at Walmart, so
Yeah, very, very.
you are
very,
not a billionaire down on his luck.
Yeah, he's not a noble.
You're not the undercover boss. Put the fries in the back. Of course, there was also Nichelle's nice future. We've been dating for 2 years. I loved her. Hell, I needed her. Our chemistry was strong. Our relationship hot and heavy. We were 2 former hipsters at war with the world, even as both of us settled down into traditional work. In what sense are you at war with the world, then? But at least the subtle conformity hadn't changed our personalities any. Jeez, did the scary ghost appear or not? Jesus.
Thank God getting jobs kept us who we are. I thought we'd become boring and different.
Nichelle was 25, an extremely pretty and smart young black woman. She liked spending money and she made the cash to live vicariously. Then why are you working at Walmart?
I don't know.
Not to mention she could outdrink everyone you knew. Armed with radiant eyes and wavy hair, Nichelle had always captivated me. Her tall, slender frame was made all the more attractive by her quirky fashion sense. Why is the descriptions like this? It's like my OC.
Man. Anytime people talk about this and they're like mid to late 20s, I'm always like, this was written by a 17-year-old.
I was. This is bizarre. This is like how people in Severance talk, like the things he chooses to describe.
Yeah.
I was slender and had a crazy grin.
Please try not to show any preference for the facts I'm listing.
Even though I was
Your Audi was slender
27,
and
I
had a
looked
crazy
much
grin.
younger. Perhaps more like 17. With straight brown hair, stylized by spiked bangs. Spiked bangs? That's a very strange appearance, right?
Yeah.
They're not usually spiked, right?
I'm telling you, Tan, this was written by a teenager.
Does he know what bangs are? I don't think he knows.
It's like, so this tells me that they, like, you watch a lot of shows, right? Because there are, like, 2000 shows where you would, like, see cartoon characters with spike bangs. Like, think of Ben 10, right? It's not like a real
Boyish
hairstyle.
dimples and bright green eyes. Is he Ben 10? It seems like it's describing Ben 10, actually.
It started with an alien device in Washington. I love that you know none of the words. Fake ass Ben 10 fan.
It's Ben 10.
No, he knew some of the words.
He's turning on
to be fair, I don't know that part. Yeah.
It's Ben 10. Okay, back to the
Because
story.
he's the baddest kid to ever save the day. He's Ben 10. Alright, go.
And when I didn't have my contacts in... Oh, sorry. Bright green eyes. I forgot to... I missed a sentence. I was unconventionally handsome, to say the least.
Jesus Christ.
And when I didn't have my contacts in, I was forced to wear oversized glasses. No one's forcing you, just put the contacts in. More befitting an elderly rocket
Just
scientist.
put the contacts in the eyes, bro.
And a millennial in his late 20s. So yeah, Nichelle and I were a cute couple. And even doing manual labour I clearly wasn't made for, I stayed with the job. I wanted to for Nichelle.
Sometimes I forget that you're technically...
so much money,
Yeah.
though. She makes so much money, though. Why?
Yeah, but she loves to spend it as well,
Okay.
so... Sometimes I forget that you're a millennial, technically. There's that gap between us. You are?
Yeah, what do you mean, like, technically?
So, like, you're at the very tail end of millennial, and I'm at the very early part of Gen Z.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm Gen Z too, though.
No, you're 29.
No, that's false news. Not
Hold
fake
on.
news, it's false news.
What generation is a 29-year-old? Let's see. 29-year-old is typically considered a millennial. According to most generational definitions, considered to be born between 1981 and 1996. Sorry.
That can't be real.
It is.
I'm so young still, I'm an idol.
About that.
I'll never age.
Listen.
My second day at work left me with my trainer, Rai. Right, I'm not doing this for every character, Rai. He was supposed to show me the ropes and explain what the hell I was doing. Instead, what I got was a picky-ass army vet. A 55-year-old man whose 20-year experience at Pepsi left him both in great physical shape and with a comical dedication to a job that illiterate 16-year-olds could do. I don't like this guy's attitude. I hope the scary monster gets him, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Aided by...
He thinks highly of himself for a guy whose writing never succeeded.
And has to work at Walmart.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't even work at Walmart. He works at Pepsi and goes to Walmart.
Yeah, he's not even privileged to work at Walmart. He's a Walmart affiliate.
Yeah, he's an ally.
He's at best a contractor.
He's a mercenary.
I'm doing a 6-month stint as Pepsi delivery at this Walmart neighborhood market.
Aided by his trimmed brown hair and beard, Ray fit the mold of a Bible Belt bullshitter. A supervisor who faked friendliness to all the bosses and store owners. So he's described him to be completely different, but I am picturing Mr. Milkshake. Ray's clothes and car were always neat, his blue eyes laser-focused, his voice loud, booming, and full of southern charm. I could tell the army pride never left him, and neither did his delusional demands for excellence. Like a meticulous surgeon, Ray made sure all those Pepsi products were precise and pristine. Only this wasn't brain surgery or any other job that required rigorous focus. This was stocking shelves. Jeez, some people like take pride in their work, I would imagine. Not this guy.
Yeah.
He's just angry and sad.
All he does is complain because he doesn't get to write more.
He didn't he doesn't need to work though, right? He chose to do this because people are making fun of him.
Yeah.
So it's not like he needs the money.
Yeah. Or he could have gotten any other job.
So you signed up for this, and presumably this is the only job you could get.
If you like to type words so much, you should have done data
What you
entry,
doing?
idiot.
You mentioned you had a college degree. Didn't help you much, did it?
I mean, you can't talk.
What do you mean? Like, I'm not going here like I'm so above these people.
That's true. That's true. You're humble.
And I ended up somewhere nice. So I made the correct decision. This guy, let's just say he's going to a Walmart Lord shelter stock.
He's going to the Walmart in the sky, buddy.
Yeah, I actually didn't mind Ray during the breaks, but goddamn, he was a nightmare on the job. More tiring than trainer. He worked me like a fucking dog.
Jesus.
After just one day, let me do push-ups. What do you mean?
I love the idea. He goes to knock a shelf over, and he's like, "No, idiot!" And then he smacks him and knocks him over. Yeah.
After just one day, my legs were sore and my body dehydrated from all the heavy lifting.
They're stocking soda. Drink one.
Giant bottles. Not to mention, he'll be handling the giant novelty Pepsi bottles.
No.
He's carrying it like a coffin.
No.
You look cold. Do you think when the Pepsi founder died, do you think they preserved his corpse inside a giant Pepsi bottle? Like Lennon.
When a rat falls in soda, they disintegrate.
No, they should have preserved him like Lennon inside a giant Pepsi bottle, in the lobby.
That's beautiful.
I love to watch the sunrise on him. Not to mention the exhaustion I felt from the countless times I had to redo the store coolers and shelves to fit Ray's lofty standards. The sunrise-sundown shift may as well have been a supermarket prison sentence with him. The agonising work wasn't the only horror either. The time constraint also bothered me. Ray constantly told me to go faster. Considering this guy was a Pepsi vet who moved at the speed of sound, my lofty one day of experience didn't have a chance at matching his speed. I struggled, man, and Ray damn sure let me know. Overall, he was a douche. The drill sergeant I never wanted. Don't say that about Ray W.
Hey, he's a hero. A goddamn Pepsi hero.
He knows all the handbook passages. In just a split second, he could go from yapping it up with a pretty cashier to barking at me to fill up a cooler. Hell, just on the first day, he told me he had severe PTSD, which he could only tolerate by making sure he performed his duties to the fullest. A real perfectionist at this shit job. Needless to say, I was dreading going to work in the morning. And the sad thing was it was only my second day 2!
Oh my god, this guy sucks at working.
So at 5:30 a.m, I clocked in at the plant. I greeted the dead Pepsi CEO in the lobby.
See, this always sticks out to me in writing, because I know some people struggle with work more than others. And I want to be ableist with that, because I get it to some degree. But for most people, the first month you have a job, I feel like most people have an immunity to it.
It's training, right? Usually.
It's just training, and you're like, all right, new job. The dread doesn't usually set in for a few weeks.
Not at Pepsi. You walk in and they throw you into the shredder.
Yeah, so whenever someone's like, I just did my first part-time shift at retail, I'm like, all right, calm down. Hold on, buddy. There are people who die.
So at 5:30 a.m, I clocked in at the plant. Then I made the boring drive to my trainer's first stop, a Walmart neighbourhood market. One of those mini Walmarts, missing all the cool electronics, but still full of the same stressful suppression. What? Suppression?
I don't know. No idea.
Sprinklers?
Don't worry about it.
You'd think it was only my second day, Ray would let me ride with him. But yeah, the asshole never offered. I guess I was too much of a slacker to even be worthy of his precious Honda Civic. I would not let this guy in my car. He's pissing me off.
All he's done is talk about how much he hates Ray, and he's like, wow, he wouldn't even give me a ride when I have a car?
So, the defeated prisoner I was.
Oh my god, shut up.
Bro is not severed.
I hate this guy. He needs to be severed.
This is why they sever people. I pulled into the neighborhood market.
Severance is actually good?
The parking lot was empty, save for the handful of cars belonging to employees. I parked next to Ray's Honda. I slashed his tyres, though. All of his army vet back window and bumper stickers taunted me like his booming voice was about to. That was a fantastic metaphor, well executed, well conceived.
Nice.
Resigned to my fate, I stepped out into the late night, early morning, I would say, but my Pepsi windbreaker and khakis had no chance against the February cold. Shivering, I walked up to the store's front entrance. Only the doors didn't slide. I came to a confused stop. Leaning in closer, I peered through the glass. Under the market's clinical lighting, I saw a ghost town of a Walmart inside. An abandoned village of goods and cash registers. What the fuck? I muttered as cold air poured from my lips. I banged on the doors. The glass felt frozen to my hand. One more hit and I think my flesh would have shattered like broken ice. Hey! I yelled. With the speed of a wild animal, Ray came charging down the soda aisle, all fours, I assume. His steps quick. His piercing eyes honed in on me. For once he didn't look so confident or in control. Did you take it home, Dylan? I need to know where you put it. Frantic turbulence fueled his hurry. Strange, since I'd never seen the man break a sweat, much less ever get flustered. Ray unlocked.
What do you mean never? This is day 2 of your job.
I'm not Ray, you would never express an emotion other than being a nag. Ray unlocked the sliding doors. You're running late, his southern accent growled. Did he want it to, or did he do it on his own? I told you to get here at 5:30. His sharp glower kept me petrified in the cold. Oh, Jesus Christ! Ray yelled. He snatched my arm in a firm, harsh grip. Get over here! He let Ray drag me inside. Under the bright lights, I felt sheer isolation. Even the Walmart's temperature was an uncomfortable low. Still shivering, I scanned the scene. No one was around. No clerks, janitors, not a single one of the grim, grumpy Walmart slaves. Fuck off!
I hate this guy.
Can I popcorn to you for a little bit?
Yes, but, I was gonna get a drink of water, but I shall go.
You better start believing in Walmarts. You're in one.
Like bells through a deserted cemetery, corny pop music blared through the speakers. Jennifer Page's catchy Crush, only enjoyed by Ray and I on this quiet Thursday.
Do you think they danced?
Yeah, you may dance. The sliding glass doors slammed shut behind me. I could hear Ray turn the lock. Startled, I turned to see my fiery trainer step toward me. Ray kept stealing looks around the store, a touch of paranoia to go along with his agitation. Hey, where's everyone at? I asked in a trembling voice. Where's the workers? With vivid force, Ray shoved me towards aisle 8, our resident soda section. Just get to work, boy!
Just put the fries in the bag.
I faced his intense baby blues. Do you want me to help? Just go check the damn shelves!
Does he want to fuck Ray?
I don't know. Kind of.
Ray
marched his baby blues.
I'm locking in.
Ray marched toward the employees' only room in the back. His footsteps loud and furious. Write down what we need. I'll go look in the back. Uneasy, I began to make the journey to aisle 8. I had the walk of a prisoner approaching the gate. Jesus Christ, dude. The walk of a depressed employee. I grabbed a name tag sticker off a counter. And remember to hurry up this time! I heard Ray bark at me. Cringing, I trudged up to the fateful aisle 8. The valley of the shadow of soda.
I hate it.
I don't want to read this anymore.
Yeah, continue. Proceed. I'm afraid you don't mean it.
I'm sorry. The valley of the shadow of sodas glared down upon me. There were so many goddamn 2-liters, 6-packs, 12-packs, off-brand drinks, and God forbid those fucking 24-pack suitcases. At least looking at beer got me excited. Well,
what, sexually?
I can't do this, Dan.
What do you mean? He's excited by soda.
All this soda did was accelerate my dehydration. And what was more irritating was that I couldn't even drink the expired shit. Like a weary detective, I retrieved my pen and notepad. Time to jot down all that I needed from the back room. Unfortunately for me, this morning was a hot mess. A pack of deranged children and lazy stoners must have pillaged aisle 8 throughout the night. There were sodas out of place, some even broken into. I love the idea that broke into a soda.
It's like a crowbar.
Half drank, yeah. What we had here was a Pepsi Cola shit show. I jotted down what brands I needed, and then I hesitated on the hard work. Amidst this chamber of 90s pop music, I deliberated on my dread, all to the tune of Shania Twain's That Don't Impress Me Much. The colossal crash of the backroom's doors made me jump. I turned and looked down the aisle. There was a stray grocery cart, even an open notebook on a shelf, but I still saw no one, not a soul in sight. And Shania just kept singing, the only voice I heard in the entire retail castle. I hate this guy. I caught a chill, hiding my trembling hands.
First ever time playing Dead Rising.
I jammed them in my windbreaker's pockets. Restless and cold, I looked right behind me. Still, I saw no Walmart slaves. I heard none of their gossip complaints or annoying machinery.
What do you mean they're annoying machinery? They all have a machine that's like screeching.
I
Sorry,
down the aisle,
they make us carry this around.
For once, I wanted to see Ray. At the frozen goods section, more cold air greeted me. More silence beside Shania's adult contemporary approved volume. All right, we get it. Just, I hate this guy.
Can we kill him?
What? What's up?
Can we kill him?
Yes. I hope Ray does. Glancing down the hall, I saw the double-door entrance to the storage room, but all around me was just merchandise, no people. Here it was an hour to daybreak, and I didn't see a single fucking employee. All I saw was their scattered shit, a notebook here, a fool pallet there. Shit, I muttered. A sudden slam hit those double doors. Terrified, I looked right at it. The doors were back in place, only no shelf came flying out, and no worker for that matter. Behind cautious steps, I approached the back room. Sean Mullen's lullaby now swept across this barren landscape. The spoken word vocals like whispers from beyond the Walmart grave. This guy, wants to spend so much time doing prose, but it's just the same prose with a different song.
Like, if this was not from 6 years ago, I would suspect AI involvement.
Yeah. Unease dominated me, but still I didn't think my paranoia was warranted. After all, maybe the employees were just fucking around with Ray? Shit, I mean, they love the guy. As I got closer to the room, I saw a face appear behind one of the door's narrow windows. A familiar glare. Ray! I stood right behind the doors, his fiery eyes locked in on me. I came to a frightened stop.
Shinji, stock the Pepsi shelf, or else Ray will have to do it.
Ray? I said. Just as Lullaby kicked into its sweeping chorus, Ray backed away into the storage room, into the dimly lit abyss of spare sodas. Hey, man! I yelled, forcing myself to fulfill the duties bestowed upon me with this Pepsi jacket and fucking name tag. I rushed towards the double doors. Hey, man, you need any help? Before entering the room, I stole one last look around the store. I was still alone with Ray.
Blush.
The storage room was even colder and dark. There's no one around.
It's so cold.
Oh, Ray, my pants slipped down.
Can I wear your jacket? I'm shivering.
It just becomes a smut. Basically a Walmart basement. I pulled my jacket in tighter, a thin cover for the chilly draft in here. Tall shelves of shit surrounded me, and in the dark, all of the wrapped items resembled preserved lab specimens. Hey, Ray, what's up? I said, forcing confidence in my nervous tone. I stopped and evaluated the room. Abandoned carts full of unpacked items were scattered about. A front desk still had open notebooks sprawled all across it. Hey, do you need any help? I took a few more cautious steps. I saw a retractable door in a dark corner. The same door we took to go outside and drop off all our crates and pillars. And right now it was wide open.
Pillars?
Confused, I stared outside. Confused, I stared outside. The market's truck parking lot loomed right before me, and there were indeed quite a few trucks out there, including our own Pepsi deliverer. Through the intense silence, I heard no voices, no footsteps, just the lingering rumble of a truck engine and the howling February wind. Maybe Ray was running around somewhere, I figured. And honestly, I couldn't put it past the workaholic. He was Mr. Pepsi himself. I shifted my focus over to our shelves.
And blasphemy and apostasy, and you're going to the outer darkness for saying that.
No, he is Mr. Pepsi.
Yeah, no, he's a valued servant of the Pepsi family.
Yeah, that's true. I love the outer darkness, bro. It's so funny. I shifted my focus over to our shelves.
The outer darkness. Also known as Tammany Towers.
So every afterlife in the Mormon afterlife is and this is something I learned back in high school, is pretty decent, except for the one where you were a Mormon and stopped believing, and then you just get shunted to the void. Yeah. So you better not stop believing once you're in. Where was I at? I shifted my focus over to our shelves.
By the way, he was Mr. Pepsi himself. They missed a great opportunity to bring in Pepsi Man.
Yeah, facts. I shifted my focus over to our shelves, our back catalog of 12 packs and 20 ounces. Regardless of my unease, I knew I had little choice but to get back to work. I need to hurry up, as Ray would say, or go faster, as the neighborhood market's manager would bitch. Because God knows stocking sodas was so fucking
important. I hate
this guy.
every thought he has brings him back to how he hates Pepsi.
How does Nicole deal with this guy?
How does he pass the job interview, is my question.
He's like, yeah, I don't want to work with all the Walmart slaves. I figured I'd at least be a deliverer of goods. Back in slave mode, Jesus Christ. I stepped up to our Pepsi section. Most of the 12 packs looked damaged, but not damaged enough. Apparently, Ray had already taped up the tears. In addition to being an expert stalker, Ray was also a soda doctor, judging by how well he refurbished these goddamn boxes. Straining, I began stacking the 12-packs on a wobbly cart. I was like a lumberjack stacking chopped wood, only this chore paid less. Much less. The boxes all felt heavier than usual. I figured the job must have really weakened me at this point, or should I say broken me. In such silence, I kept hearing the cart squeal beneath... Yeah, this guy sucks. I kept hearing the cart squeal beneath the thunderous thud of each box. I just hoped the damn thing wouldn't break.
Why I couldn't lift the boxes anymore. I guzzled my can of HRT.
At least with no one here, I wouldn't feel embarrassed pushing this overstacked pile of shit around. Fueled by the intense labor, I felt sweat sticking to my jacket. Crouching down, I wrapped my arms around a behemoth 24-pack of Pepsi. I tried to lift it, but the 24-pack was winning.
Do they not, expect... Do they not, test, whether you can actually lift a box of Pepsi?
Any time you do a job like this, because I was a janitor custodian, there's usually a requirement, you have to be able to lift at least 50 pounds.
Do they check?
You usually have to prove... Yeah. Well, they look at you and they can usually tell, yeah. Fueled by the intense labor, I felt sweat sticking to my jacket. Crouching down, I wrapped my arms around a behemoth 24-pack of Pepsi. I tried to lift it, but it was winning. I let out an exasperated groan. Using all my meager might, I finally raised the suitcase. Then a huge crash echoed toward me, a cardboard avalanche. Frightened, I dropped the 24-pack. Even when I heard it burst on the floor, my gaze stayed on the open doorway.
You're going to have to pay for that.
Popcorn.
From what I could see, several boxes were lying out there in the darkness. The outer darkness, perhaps?
The outer boxes?
There's not darkness, that's Pepsi. Even at this distance, my trained eye could recognise all those goddamn Pepsi logos. And all the... This is the kind of, disillusionment you get after, 5 years in.
Yeah, right?
And all the packs are positioned like the Christmas gifts I never asked for. And this is day 2. Thick liquid poured from the bottom of the collection, from the conglomeration of crushed cans. The shit I knew Walmart would make me clean up. He knows this from experience, presumably.
Yeah, from his one other day.
Ray, I said in a worried tone. Not a sound emerged from out there. The chills now overpowered my sweat. Do we have good Pepsi? We have hype and aura moments. I stole a glance around the stock room, but I was still alone. My uneasy eyes looked back at all those boxes. Hey Ray, you out there? I yelled. Silence greeted me, as well as reinforced fear. I took a step towards the open door. Ray? I stopped in the liquid. An ever-growing river flowing throughout the room, but there was no sweet scent emanating from it. I felt no stickiness beneath my feet. Shivering, I forced my gaze down to the suitcase I dropped, and then my immense horror only grew. The large puddle was too much liquid to be coming from just 24 cans, and in my sickened gut, I also realised I dropped a Pepsi instead of Mountain Dew Code Red. So what I think he's saying is that it's blood, but he said it in a bizarre way. Oh, fuck, I said through the fear. Panicking, I leaned down and ripped the suitcase's lid off, rather than cans. I saw 24 individual pieces of human flesh. It's sorbet and gelato.
Oh my god, no!
Eyeballs with sagging skin still attached, a severed arm, even a pulpy heart. Judging by the blue clothes and blood-soaked caps, I finally knew where all those neighbourhood market slaves had gone. What happened to them when they were alone with Ray? What, do you think Ray did this?
Oh my god.
Did Ray do this? Is he like a Walmart serial killer?
Yeah, he's the Pepsi killer.
He's Pepsi Man. I looked over at my crammed cart. Now there were bloodstains seeping through all the cardboard. All the logos now glowed with a vivid red. They glowed. Going off equal parts adrenaline and stupidity, I ripped open one of the 12 packs. 12 mutilated limbs and gooey organs stared back at me. How did he compress them to this degree? How do you even recognise them as limbs at that point? Surely they don't fit.
Yeah, that's good.
It is also very funny that I made a joke originally in a story about a corpse being stuffed into a giant Pepsi bottle.
Yeah, and well, there you go.
They took my idea.
Fucked up.
Queasiness joined my terror. Only the biting cold kept me from puking. I couldn't imagine how foul the stench of slaughter would have been in the summer. Pulling myself away, I staggered up toward the open door. "Ray!" I yelled. I kept my eyes on the scattered boxes out there, the load Ray left for me. "Ray, where are you?" I cried. Desperate for protection, I pulled a box cutter from my pocket. The one Ray had convinced me to buy just yesterday, and the only weapon I had. Feeling more hunted than hunter, I approached those boxes. "God damn it, Ray!" I slid the cutter's pathetic blade up. "Where are you?" This is like a very Freudian sequence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean?
No, I don't.
It's like he's trying to like demonstrate that he's like in control and he's strong, but the cutter is too small.
Oh.
Like his dick.
Oh.
Whereas
Poor
Ray
boy.
is the military. Chad.
Yeah. Yeah. You have comments?
Well, I'm just saying it's interesting.
Dichotomy?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know why we got so fucking much about Nichelle, because she's not appeared ever in the story anyway.
We just needed to know this guy had an epic girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Closer and closer to the collection I got, huge tears covered the boxes, providing an easy glimpse into their contents. "Ray!" I yelled again. Outside, I felt the heavy wind cut into me. Only 2 of the truck parking lot's lights were on. Beyond the trucks and pillars, I saw a forest polluted beyond belief. Stray Walmart boxes and garbage made up its filthy ecosystem. I looked all around me but saw no one outside. The rumbling truck, the lone noise I heard. Gripping the box cutter, I knelt down towards the largest box, the 24-pack of Diet Pepsi. My paranoid gaze kept searching the parking lots. "Ray!" I yelled out. Again, I got no response. No answers on this cold, dark night. I gotta say, this guy might be cut out just for Walmart.
Yeah.
I don't know if those scripts are taken off, buddy.
It's not very. I feel like you can tell this in some amateur writing where the prose doesn't have a purpose; it just exists to fill the space.
Yeah,
and it's like kind of
words
exhausting to read. Yeah.
Again, I got no response, no answers on this cold, dark night. Finally, I forced my focus back toward the Diet Pepsi. Just one quick look was all I needed. The present inside was Ray's decapitated head. His blue eyes looked on at me, his baby blues, crying for help, just like his agape mouth surely was. In a colour befitting a more gruesome code red, blood oozed from his hat's neck. His beard, now populated by crimson specks. All the jagged hacks made an obvious Ray's death with a slow carving, rather than one clean slice. I'm sorry for laughing. It's a tragedy. But the mention of code red.
The only likable character is dead and you're laughing.
It's because he keeps bringing up Mountain Dew Code Red for some fucking reason. Scared, I bolted to my feet. I couldn't help but catch quick, disturbing glimpses of all the other box. Ray's other pieces, his hands, organs, and legs. All of it divvied up into 6 and 12 packs.
I will say, that probably took a long time. I'm surprised they did it so quickly.
Ghostface is fucking doing this shit. All of the gore packaged and ready for market. The truck first open, and out jumped a large masked man in pyramid head. He was tall and strong and fucking fast. The man descended upon me like a savage beast. A hungry beast. I confronted the killer. A cardboard yellow smiley face mask disguised the man's face.
Oh, now we're getting to the peak.
Blood scattered all over the morbid, homemade rendition of Walmart's trademark mascot. Now a smile of death.
I'm just imagining the smiley face from the Joe Biden, like, let's see you take a crack at it, wise guy.
That's what I'm seeing as well. The man wore tight gloves, his oversized Walmart uniform draped over him like a cultist's robe. The store's yellow star icon now doused in fresh crimson, just like Mountain Dew Code Red.
Wow.
Trembling, I held out my box cutter, the blade so far out of the reach of the murderer. "Get away from me, motherfucker!" I screamed, my attempt at toughness about as pathetic as my weapon of choice. In one cool swat, not a lame one, he was cool and epic, the killer knocked my blade away. Can I put popcorn to you?
Helpless, I watched it fly off towards the trucks,
How far
off
did it
into
go?
the parking lot's dark depths.
It's like a throwing knife going...
The man's glove hand extended right toward me. I got a front row view of his own box. You're right, this is a little Freudian. The blade was longer than a Shakespearean dagger, and sharper than one, judging by the lumpy flesh glued to it.
Yeah, the lumpy
I could tell the man had customized this weapon, homemade, just like this mask.
It's ribbed.
And just like those graveyard boxes inside. It's a rib for his pleasure.
Yeah.
Like the world's most demented supervisor, the Walmart killer waved the cutter in front of my face, somewhere between a taunt and a sadistic scalding. Horrified, I staggered back. My sloppy, scared footsteps struggled to reach the back room. I slipped and fell down on one knee. The killer charged after me. I saw a faint light glimmer off that long blade, and the masked smile only seemed to grow wider. The man swung his weapon. I rolled away, just missing the fatal blow. Stumbling to my feet, I confronted the killer. Our eye contact lingered in the February night. Breathing cold air, I took one last look around the parking lot, around the shitty neighborhood market. No one was coming for help, I knew that much. The masked man lunged toward me. I bolted off for the woods, my only chance at escape, my only chance for survival. Of course, the man kept pace. The world's craziest supervisor was
I love how he's also
fastest.
assuming this is an actual Walmart employee.
Yeah, for real. The wind blew back against his Walmart uni, making it flow like a vampire's cape. Focused through the fear, I kept going. I had to, regardless of what Ray thought regardless of what Ray thought, I was now going pretty goddamn fast. Running amongst the myriad of forgotten trash and Walmart bags, I ripped off my name tag. Fuck this terrifying night and terrifying job. This shit wasn't worth $10 an hour. Wow. What a story. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
I love this first comment. I have to admit, much as I like the concept, I really didn't like the narrator in this one. The way he talks about common Americans and how he's at war with the world really makes him sound pretty stuck up and patronizing. Just made it hard to connect with him, you know? Plus, at a certain point, he really starts laying on the whole woe is me thing of it thick. Deleted from OP. Joining the workforce isn't easy, wink face, but I respect all those who do it without complaining. I just continue to chase my dream of being a full-time writer. I don't mean to offend common Americans at all. I just don't feel cut out for hard labor, and I'm hoping this gig is merely a stepping stone toward my passion. Plus, as I said earlier, I do find it interesting to interact with the blue-collar environment over the intellectual, creative types I've known most of my life. Sure, but this isn't a true story. Sure, but this isn't a true story. You don't have to make the narrator's perspective precisely the same as yours. I get that it's necessary to get the reader connected with the narrator, but I don't think that the way to do that is constantly hammering on about how tragic it is that the narrator has to do the same sort of work done by millions of other people. Not tragic at all. From what I've seen, I'm just bitching about it like the vast majority of other workers do. That kind of labor blows, especially when it's so thankless. This is like the most unemployed person of all time.
I know. Interesting. Interesting. So, what a shit ending as well. He comes out, they have a lot of fight, and he runs away. And quits his
is
job.
that the whole story?
That's the whole story. It links to his
to...
deleted profile, I believe.
Oh, based? Wow.
So, the story was there was a Walmart killer, and he killed everyone, and he almost killed me, but then I ran to the woods.
Yeah, that's pretty suck, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Do we get a grudge against Pepsi?
I'm gonna have to give this a -3 out of 10, I think. You know what? No, I'll give it a 1 out of 10. I think that's fair. Alright, how would you rate it, Tan?
4 out of 10. 3 out of 10.
A 3 out of 10, the same as the Bright proposal.
Yeah, I really didn't. I didn't enjoy it. It did not.
Shall we?
It spoke to me, and I didn't like what it said.
I was not listening.
Well, I listened, but it was like poison in my ears.
Shall we read our 4 comments, my friend? Friend?
Yeah.
There's my friend. Alright. Last episode, Dino tells us, well, thanks a lot, Tanhoney. I'm sick, so I hope you're happy. The Cabra got me. But I will get my revenge. Anomalous, steal Tanhoney and Tarnell's pets and hold them hostage. Please take this cat.
Not what he says.
She's evil.
So, first off, you've not actually reached out to Anomalous there. You've made a big mistake.
Anomalous. Yeah, and Tanhoi. Only I was spelled correctly.
Anomalous. And you don't want to summon Anomalous.
Trust me, that guy is
He is from the
guy.
outer darkness.
he once believed in the Mormon way, and then he got lost, and now he
was
tries
all
to
the
lure others
darkest
there.
parts of Anomalous that he discarded upon his ascent.
MT says, I retract my last comment. Shit didn't even turn blue.
What?
The goat is cometh in Records of Ragnarok.
That first sentence,
I'm behind.
that's Tuco from what Breaking Bad. When he got...
Shit didn't even turn blue.
Not tight.
We have a new commenter. The biggest Doran 17 says, this is the most schizophrenic episode so far, and I'm here for it.
That's the energy we like to bring. And I hope we've continued that tradition today. We had deranged ramblings about the Pepsi.
And then, of course, the last one from...
From who?
Sorry, I got it weird. Sorry. Blah, blah, blah. The last one's from Daniel Zackheim. It's a quote from you. Says, fuck my skibbity life.
I stand by it.
Fair enough.
You know, what's the problem? What's the big problem? Just because I'm got opinions, because I'm not another cheap YouTube little star? You want me to play Minecraft on YouTube? You want me to fucking talk to you about Roblox? No, I talk about the real shits. And
like Skibbity?
Like woke media. No. No further,
really?
No
Go ahead, give me your opinion on Moke Media right now.
Woke media? You want my opinion on woke media?
No, tell me about woke media, Tin, honey. What do you have to say?
It needs to be more woke, I think.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to less woke.
Yeah. I'm joining the war on woke on the side of woke.
Hell yeah. Alright, I think that's everything for us, right?
I think so. Unless you've got anything to say.
I have literally nothing of value to add at any given time.
Yeah, yes you do.
Oh, thanks. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.